Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Monday, December 22nd, 2008. Let's say that I wanted to have the ability to take collections and instead of applying one kind of transform to it, like I'm going to show you here, a select block where I'm going to select all of the objects where the size of the first name is an odd number, but I wanted to both do a select and a collect, and instead of having it in two different messages where I do the select first and then the collect, I wanted to do it all at once. First, let me show you what kind of object I'm talking about. So I have this. So let's go ahead and do it and inspect this. I have a collection of these. Now, each one of these is one of these kinds of objects. So I have an array now, or an ordered collection rather, of these things. And what I want to do is first select all the ones for whom the first name is odd, and then collect just the first names out of that. Now, this is an artificial example. It's not likely that I'd want to do that particular transform, but the point of this exercise is to show you that you can write your own kinds of collection messages with 1, 2, 3, however many tests on them. And instead of having to rely on combinations like this, where first I do this message, and let's take a look at what comes back. I get back just these two ones. I get the people objects, the person objects with the ones that match that first name criteria. And then I just want the first names out of that, so I collect just the first names out of it using this, and I get Wilma and Betty. So what if I wanted to combine that into one operation? So I wanted to have code that looked more like this. So I have the same collection being created here. So let's go ahead and create this fresh. And then I wanted to say grab all the ones with odd, well, I've got the wrong comment here, odd sized first names. And you can see my spelling errors here. So let's go ahead and try this. Now it's going to work because I've written the code. I'll show you this in a moment. Let's do an inspect. And I come back with exactly what I came back with before, but you see that I've got collect and select two blocks being handed into one message. So let's see how that works. What I've done is I've created a small package, and we'll come in here and find collection extensions. And you see I've got two classes that I'm extending, and I'll show you why I had to do that in a moment. Let's just go to the generic one in class collection. So I've got collect colon select colon. So I do self species new, meaning get the same kind of collection as the one I started with. That way I don't have to do some kind of test here. And then I do a do over the collection iterating. And I apply the first block, and then I apply the second block, and if it returns true, I add the result that came back from the first block into my finishing collection and return it. So now I've added collect select colon to all collections. Now the difficulty is adding things to collections works for many collections, but not things like arrays. So I had to go ahead and add a new version of this to array. And here I had to create a new one of an appropriate size, meaning the same size as the original, and then iterate through using an index and adding them specifically in with @put. And then finally, if I just want to return the array of the specific size I need, return back just the ones that I actually came out with. So to show you that that works as well, let's take this people and make it into an array. So I'll inspect the results of this. I've got my array of people with 4 elements in it. And now I will do the same collect select trick over it, do an inspect. And you see I get back a 2-element array with, again, Wilma and Betty in it. So the thing is, you can add your own interesting enumeration methods to collections. The only thing you need to be careful about is if you want to use them with things like arrays where the sizes are fixed, you need to add the same message to multiple classes. But if you look into the class collection, you'll find that this is true throughout. I should probably go through and add something similar to dictionary and some of those kinds of collections as well. But you get the idea from this example. You can add your own enumeration methods to collections, and instead of just being able to apply one test, which is what the basic ones that come in through the system are, you can apply any kinds of tests you want and have them do whatever wacky things are useful for your particular domain. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.